Hello, Culé family, like and subscribe to the channel to know everything about Barcelona. In this video, we have a huge bombshell at Barcelona, but first, we need to talk about some very important topics concerning our beloved club. Let's move on to the first one. Barcelona is looking to the horizon with ambition and determination. After a season marked by transition, new foundations, and the search for a renewed style under the direction of Hansi Flick, the club is preparing to make a big splash in the summer transfer market. And in this roadmap to return to competing for everything, there is a name that resonates strongly in the offices of the Camp Nou: Luis Diaz. The Colombian winger from Liverpool has been designated as an absolute priority by the new technical staff, and everything indicates that the Blaugrana club is determined to take the definitive step to incorporate him. We're talking about a footballer who, through his quality, character, and style of play, embodies many of the values that have historically defined the Culé essence. Luis Diaz is a pure disruptor. Since his emergence in European football, he has demonstrated a unique ability to break down defenses, generate constant danger, and turn seemingly harmless situations into clear goal-scoring opportunities. His football is of high intensity, with electric dribbling, a devastating change of pace, and a reading of the game that he has refined over the years. It is no coincidence that he has established himself as a key player in the Premier League, one of the most demanding competitions in the world. However, his desire to seek new challenges has led him to open the exit door from Anfield. The possibility of wearing the Barcelona jersey, of being part of a project under construction led by one of the most recognized technicians in Europe, has been key for the Colombian to say yes. From England, different sources have confirmed that Luis Diaz is even willing to reduce his salary demands to make his arrival at the Catalan club possible. This predisposition is not common in modern football and speaks volumes about his mentality. He wants to be here. He wants to be part of this club. He wants to be important in an entity with history, demand, and a unique football identity. For a player of his caliber to show this willingness, this enthusiasm, and this conviction is something that cannot be wasted. Hansi Flick, for his part, has given his full green light to the operation. The German coach considers that Diaz's profile fits perfectly with his idea of the game. For Flick, wingers must be disruptive but also responsible, capable of helping in defense, closing passing lanes, pressing high, and launching into attack with decision. Diaz fulfills all this and more. His international experience, both in European competitions and with the Colombian national team, makes him a highly valuable asset. He does not need to adapt. He knows the pressure of big scenarios and is used to playing under the magnifying glass of criticism. This is a recruitment for the present, but also for the future. The operation will not be easy on the economic front. Liverpool, although not close to the sale, demands a figure close to €70 million. It is a high price, yes, but also in line with the current market and the level of the footballer. From the Barcelona sports management, the situation is being analyzed in detail. There is a willingness to reach an agreement, and for this, it will be necessary to activate different financial levers or generate income through strategic departures. But when a player fits so well both sportingly and personally, the effort is worth it. The imminent departure of one of the club's wingers also frees up space in the squad and in the wage bill, further facilitating the arrival of a new name that generates enthusiasm and brings disruption from day one. Luis Diaz, with his energy, overflow, and decision-making ability in the final meters, presents himself as the ideal option to fill this void. He is not just a replacement, but a substantial improvement in terms of immediate impact, offensive leadership, and winning mentality. The Colombian has not only shown in England. With his national team, he has been a standout figure, carrying the offensive weight of a team that has resurged on the international scene. His performances in high-level tournaments have been consistent, and his name is synonymous with danger in every match. In one-on-one situations, he is practically unstoppable, and his ability to adapt to different tactical schemes makes him a very valuable tool for Flick. He can play on either foot, through the middle or on the outside, and his understanding of collective play has significantly improved over the years. He is a complete footballer who does not live solely on dribbling, but also knows how to associate, temporize, and appear in key areas to finish. In the locker room, his presence would be a breath of fresh air. He is a humble, hard-working, committed player, and very appreciated by his teammates. He is not a distant star, but a close professional who brings a good atmosphere and gives his all in every training session. The type of player that aligns with the values that Barcelona wants to recover: humility, effort, commitment to collective play, and respect for the jersey. In a context like the current one, Where every recruitment must add as much on the footballing front as on the human front, Diaz stands out as a perfect incorporation. The Culé fans are already starting to get excited about this possible recruitment on social media, in football debates, and in daily conversations. The name of Luis Diaz generates enthusiasm, and it is not for nothing. The mere idea of seeing him challenge defenses on the flank, lift the Camp Nou with an individual action, and celebrate goals with that Latin American charisma that connects so well with the Blaugrana public is reason enough to dream. This is a recruitment that truly excites, one of those that can change the dynamic of a team, one of those that make the opponent know that they have in front of them a player capable of breaking any defensive plan. As a convinced Culé, I can only applaud this possible operation. It seems to me a coherent, ambitious, and courageous decision. Coherent because it responds to a clear sporting need, adding disruption and goals from the wings. Ambitious because it is a high-level footballer with international cachet and proven experience. And courageous because it involves an economic effort that shows that the club does not want to settle for mediocrity, but to return to the fight for everything. Barcelona needs to become a feared, respected, and admired team again. Do you think this is the recruitment we need to bring the team back to the top? Are you ready to bet on a footballer who has shown commitment, talent, and desire to be part of our history? Or do you prefer another profile, another type of reinforcement? Because football is also a matter of emotions, intuitions, that little voice that tells you that something great may be about to happen. The second piece of news concerns an important decision in our beloved club. The news of the Blaugrana club continues to move forward with developments that point towards smart and sustainable growth, not only thinking about the immediate present but especially about the medium and long-term future. The potential loan of young forward Pau Victor to Valencia for the next season is a clear example of this philosophy, which we so desperately need to regain our rightful place in the elite of world football. This operation, which is still in the final details phase, is set to be a key piece in the development of a talent who, for some time, has shown that he has all the qualities to shine at a high level but has not yet had enough opportunities to establish himself as a reliable and consistent option in the squad. Pau Victor is undoubtedly one of the most promising footballers from the Blaugrana Academy. His ability to dribble, his speed, his intelligence to move between the lines, and his goal-scoring instinct are characteristics that make him a very attractive footballer for any team looking for youth, talent, and ambition in their attack. However, at the club, we have seen that the opportunities for him to demonstrate his value in the first team have been limited, mainly due to the strong competition and the high demands of playing for a club that always aspires to the maximum. In this context, the sports management and the technical staff have opted for the best option for both the player and the club, to facilitate a loan that allows him to accumulate minutes and experience in a competition as demanding as the Spanish First Division, with the hope that this time away from Camp Nou will serve to prepare him better and return with a much higher competitive level. Valencia, a club with a great history and tradition in the league, appears as the ideal destination for Pau Victor. The Che entity is in a reconstruction process in which it seeks to strengthen its attack with young and promising talent, which perfectly matches the profile of our young forward. Additionally, the coach Carlos Corverin has shown enthusiasm for the incorporation of the player, convinced that he can bring out the best in his qualities and develop him within his playing system. The confidence of the Valencian coach is a key factor, as it ensures that Pau Victor will not only have minutes but also an important role in the team, which is fundamental for his development. This loan is a strategic step that demonstrates the maturity of the club's sports management. In recent years, we have learned that the management of young talents cannot be done hastily or improvised. It is necessary to plan each step so that the footballers can evolve in the best possible environment. The loan of Pau Victor to Valencia fits into this philosophy that bets on giving real and tangible opportunities for young players to grow, without remaining stagnant on the bench or only playing in lower categories. Playing in the first division against high-level teams in matches with constant pressure and demand that the Spanish league requires will undoubtedly be an invaluable experience for Pau Victor. The operation is not limited to the forward alone. According to what has been revealed, Barcelona would also be interested in incorporating Jon Garcia, the Espanyol goalkeeper, to immediately loan him to Valencia. This is due to the imminent departure of Georgi Mamardashvili, Valencia's starting goalkeeper, who plans to join Liverpool next season. Valencia needs to find a replacement who offers guarantees and competition in goal, and Jon Garcia seems to be the ideal solution to fill this position. For the goalkeeper, this would be a magnificent opportunity to continue accumulating experience in a demanding environment. This double operation highlights the good relationship between the two clubs, which have long maintained collaborative ties that result in beneficial sporting movements for both parties. That two teams in the league can support each other to promote their young footballers is something that should be applauded by all and demonstrates that in Spanish football, there is room for intelligent and fruitful cooperation that improves the quality and competitiveness of the teams, while fostering the development of emerging talents. For the Culé fans, this news should be received with optimism and confidence. Seeing that the club is not content with the current situation and is betting on the promotion of young talents in a strategic and well-planned manner is fundamental to regaining the greatness that characterizes us. Pau Victor is a footballer with a great future, but he needs minutes and experience to become the differential player we all expect. The loan to Valencia is a perfect opportunity for his career not to stagnate and to continue progressing towards the elite. It is important that, as supporters, we understand that this type of decision is not a sign of weakness or disinterest, but a clear proof of maturity and future vision. The club is betting on a long-term project where young talent is a key piece, and for this, it is necessary for the players to have the best context to grow. And what better than competing in the top category of Spanish football, facing top-level rivals, and assuming the responsibility that this implies. That is why, dear Culés, I want to pose a question for us all to reflect and debate together. What do you think about this loan? Do you believe that Pau Victor will take advantage of this opportunity to grow and return stronger? Do you think this strategy is the right one for the club to continue training quality players who can lead the team in the future? In my opinion, it is a sensible, logical, and very necessary decision for the growth of both the footballer and the club. It is a bet on the academy and on a coherent and sustainable development model. It is time to support Pau Victor from now on, to follow his progress at Valencia, and to be convinced that this experience will serve him to make the definitive leap and establish himself in elite football. The greatness of the club lies in having prepared and mentally strong players, and these opportunities outside the club are a fundamental part of this training. The path to success is filled with stages and learning, and this loan is a key one for the player to mature and be able to bring all his potential when he returns. With this operation, the club demonstrates that it is working with intelligence and heart, seeking smart solutions to guarantee the future. Do you believe this loan is the boost he needs to shine? Do you see it positively that the club promotes collaboration with other teams to give an outlet to our young talents? Share your opinion, because the club is all of us, and the decisions that mark our future must count on the voice of the fans. The third piece of news concerns a major masterstroke for Barcelona. The Blaugrana club is experiencing a moment of great anticipation and enthusiasm for the imminent arrival of one of the most promising young talents in Spanish football, Nico Williams. The forward, who has shone brightly at Athletic Club, has already made a definitive decision that marks a turning point in his sporting career, leaving behind the Basque entity to commit to Barcelona in a contract that will extend over 6 seasons. This news has been received with immense joy by all levels of the club and undoubtedly represents a clear and decisive bet on the future, youth, and talent that the team so desperately needs to remain competitive at the highest level. The recruitment of Nico is not the result of chance or improvisation. It is the great desire of Joan Laporta, whose vision and leadership have driven this project with the conviction that the young forward can bring that extra quality, speed, and depth that the team demands in attack. The choice of Nico responds to a meticulous analysis and the full confidence that coach Hansi Flick has placed in his qualities, considering that his profile perfectly matches the playing philosophy he wants to implement in the Blaugrana team. The German coach sees in Nico a footballer capable of overflowing, creating constant danger on the flanks, and bringing freshness and dynamism, aspects that are indispensable for regaining the offensive identity and effectiveness in attack. From the moment Barcelona's interest was known, the operation has advanced with firm and sure steps, and the fact that Nico Williams has decided to leave Athletic confirms the seriousness and determination of the player to take on this new challenge. He is a young footballer with a lot of projection who has already demonstrated that he can compete at the highest level in the league, an experience that will undoubtedly be fundamental for his integration and adaptation to the team. Furthermore, his character, attitude, and commitment to the Blaugrana jersey will undoubtedly be elements that will help make the transition as quick and positive as possible. But the imminent incorporation of Nico has not only been celebrated by the management and technical staff, but has also generated great joy and expectations within the first team. The arrival of the young forward is seen as a highly valuable reinforcement, capable of raising the internal competitiveness and bringing new alternatives to the attack. Particularly remarkable is the connection that Nico has with YAMAL, a teammate with whom he shares a close relationship both on and off the field, a result of their coexistence in the Spanish national team. This complicity between the two players is a highly valued aspect in the club, as the chemistry between footballers usually translates into better results and higher performances during matches. Seeing LAMINE celebrate Nico's arrival and the enthusiasm he shows at the idea of sharing the locker room and sporting projects bodes well that this recruitment will be a success not only sportingly but also humanly and as a group. From the supporters' point of view, this recruitment is more than positive news, a breath of fresh air for a team that needs to rearm itself with young and motivated talent. Nico's youth, his ability to burst into matches with dribbles and goals, and his willingness to work and grow in the best club in the world are more than enough reasons for the Cules to be enthusiastic about his incorporation. Furthermore, the duration of the contract, which extends over 6 seasons, shows the club's long-term commitment to the player and the confidence placed in him to be a key element in the coming years. This type of move reflects that the entity is working with vision and planning, building a team that is not content with competing now but has a future and can remain in the elite for a long time. The arrival of Nico Williams also sends a clear message to the rest of European football. Barcelona is strongly betting on the Spanish academy, on local talent, and on players who can bring the competitive character and passion necessary to defend the Blaugrana jersey. At a time when the transfer market is evolving at a rapid pace and prices are soaring, betting on young national talents eager for success and willing to grow is an intelligent, sustainable, and very effective strategy. This type of incorporation is the foundation for the club to regain its rightful place in the elite of world football and to be able to aspire to the titles that the fans deserve. Dear Cules, I now pose a question to you. What do you think about this recruitment? Do you believe that Nico Williams will be the reinforcement we need to revitalize the attack and bring that spark we so desperately need? Do you think his arrival will help raise the competitive level of the team and generate new illusions among the supporters? Personally, I consider it a brilliant incorporation, full of future, and which can be decisive for the squad to have the necessary balance between experience and youth, between technique and power, and between commitment and thirst for victory. Furthermore, Nico's ability to integrate easily, his humble and hard-working attitude, and his natural talent for goal are qualities that perfectly match the philosophy of this club, which has always defended an attractive, offensive game with a prominent place for young players. We will see how this recruitment translates into performance on the field, but the foundations and expectations are very positive. With Nico, the team gains in quality, speed, freshness, and an extra competitiveness that can make the difference in many competitions. It is also important to highlight that the incorporation of Nico Williams is proof of the club's ambition to continue growing and improving, not being content with what has been achieved so far and always wanting to go further. This determination to recruit the young forward shows that the sporting project is very much alive and that the bet on a renewed, competitive team with players eager for victory is a tangible reality. In short, the arrival of Nico Williams is news that fills the fans with hope, that dreams of a renewed team, full of energy and ready to fight for all titles. It is a recruitment that brings youth, talent, and, above all, great illusion, essential ingredients for any winning project. That is why I invite you to share your opinion and live this incorporation with enthusiasm, which will undoubtedly be a fundamental piece in the immediate future of the club. Do you believe his arrival will strengthen the connection within the locker room and contribute to the team becoming a true reference in Europe again? Your opinions are important, because we are a club of passionate people, of supporters who live the team as an essential part of their lives. Leave us your opinion in the comments.